All right, this podcast episode is for the girls. If you're new here, my name is Brienne Fleming, and Making the Brand is all about marketing lessons inspired by pop culture and trending topics. And today we're talking all about girl trends. In 2019, Megan Thee Stallion gave us the Hot Girl Summer. And then from there, we got the Hot Girl Walk and lots of new girl trends you may have heard of. My personal favorite is a little old school. Of course, it's girl power. In fact, we have an entire episode about girl power. I'll tell you more about that. But we've also had Visco girls, and this summer gave us quite a few. We have girl dinner, which I'll explain shortly. And now there's girl math, which is basically how girls rationalize and justify certain things. For example, on my Instagram yesterday, I said that calories don't count if you're supporting a small business. And I had 2 whole pizzas from a small business near me called Bread by Johnny. And that's what we call girl math. Calories just don't count because you're supporting a small business. And we can't forget the girl boss, which people don't really love anymore. But now, instead of the girl boss, we're all about the lazy girl job. This is the latest trend that everyone's talking about. A lazy girl job is a well-paying, flexible job that allows for leisure time and prevents burnout. We're not out there trying to become girl bosses anymore, it seems. Everyone just wants a steady paycheck and flexibility in their schedule to do what they really love. But that may not be the case for everyone. I recently read a Vox article by Rebecca Jennings talking about the good and bad of these girl trends and what she called trend journalism. If you think these girl trends are insufferable, you just might not be in on the joke. And in her article, Rebecca says, quote, "This is sort of what all trend journalism feels like to me these days. A single video goes viral, some people start talking about it, the media picks it up, and suddenly it's used as fodder for the kind of lowest common denominator broadcast news segments where old people marvel about how foreign young people have become. And it's not a coincidence that it's almost always young women they're referring to here, even though the thing they're talking about isn't even really happening on a scale that's by any measure newsworthy. The result is a discourse that ends up basically amounting to girls equal wrong and or stupid, even when half the time the original video was made for people who already knew it was kind of stupid or meant to be a joke." I thought that was so interesting. She's so right. These trends blow up and we're all kind of poking fun at ourselves, but the news media, that's redundant, the media takes it seriously and it's just like, what is with young people these days and these weird things that they're talking about? Rebecca goes on to say, take girl dinner, for instance, which caused outsized controversy because it combined the concept of womanhood with eating. In May, a 28-year-old showrunner's assistant named Olivia Marr posted a video of her dinner, a medieval peasant-inspired plate of bread, cheese, pickles, wine, and grapes that she dubbed girl dinner. On the term, she told the New York Times that it feels like such a girl dinner because we do it when our boyfriends aren't around and we don't have to have what's a typical dinner. But like everything that goes viral, once it becomes national news, it seemed as though this was the thing young women were doing en masse, as though putting together a plate of leftovers was a novel idea that could therefore be designated as an eating disorder or otherwise problematized. And, end quote, she brings up a good point here, that the way these trends take off, it makes it seem like it's a bigger problem than it is more often than not. But Rebecca goes on to say that soon there will be another social media trend for girls because girls sells. And Rebecca even said that these weren't trends, they were campaigns. And this really got me thinking, is the hot girl walk a campaign? The lazy girl job, the Visco girls, all of these trends. So I spent some time trying to understand why they take off. And I think we can sum it up like this. At the end of the day, any trend or label we put on something is designed to make us relate to it. We want to identify with a trend or a message. And the most effective marketing messaging is the kind that makes people think, hey, that looks like me, or that sounds like me, or that is addressing a problem I have. It resonates. Right now, I'm in Roberto Blake's membership community called Awesome Creator Academy. If you're a fellow creator, you have to check it out. Read his book. He is just incredible. But he was giving some advice on how to write titles and descriptions and headlines that are compelling. And he kept repeating a phrase called no pain, no prospect. So from a marketing standpoint, if you don't acknowledge the pain or experience someone is going through so they can relate to it, they likely won't be interested. You have to craft your message, your video, your podcast, your reel, your blog post, whatever it is, in a way that people can identify with it. And right now, girls are relating to making themselves girl dinner, putting together their sad girl playlist, or wanting a lazy girl job. No pain, no prospect. This also reminded me of a copywriting framework called problem, agitate, solution. So in the spirit of taking everything on this podcast and giving you some marketing takeaways and copywriting and social media tips and things that you can implement right away, I'm going to tell you how to use the problem, agitate, solution framework. If you've never heard of this before, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's where your message includes the problem your audience is experiencing. You agitate it, you really just reiterate that this is a problem and what that pain point is, and then enter your solution. Problem, agitate, solution. So I asked ChatGPT to give us some examples here. It's always so resourceful. So let's say the problem is tired of spending hours in traffic every day. Agitate. You know how frustrating it is to waste precious time and energy stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, missing out on important moments. Solution. Discover our traffic-busting app that provides real-time alternative routes, helping you reclaim your time and enjoy stress-free commutes. What's interesting about this is it states the problem, and then when it agitates it, it speaks to the emotion that people are feeling if they're stuck in traffic. It's frustrating. It's wasting your precious time. So here's another one. Problem. Struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Agitate. It's disheartening to put in the effort, only to see those stubborn pounds return, making you feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle. Solution. Introducing our scientifically proven weight loss program. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change that guarantees sustainable results. So again, this is really hitting on those emotions. It tells you the problem, very common problem, people trying to lose weight, and it is disheartening, and you do feel, again, frustrated and like you're on this never-ending cycle trying to lose a few pounds. And they use this framework to speak to their audience and make sure that it resonates. Let's look at one more. Struggling to save for retirement? That's the problem. Agitate. The thought of working well into your golden years is daunting, and you deserve to enjoy your retirement to the fullest. Solution. Start investing with our easy-to-use retirement planning tools today and secure a worry-free retirement that you've always dreamed of. So all this is to say that trends like this, the girl trends, anything that we put out there is really just a way that we can identify with something. And when you think about it that way, when you think about your marketing messaging, your content, things that you are creating, how can you insert your audience into that message? How can you make them see it, read it, and feel seen in that message? When you do that, that's when you know that your content is going to be much more effective. It's going to hit, and it's going to not only compel people to click, but hopefully compel people to learn more, buy from you, engage with you, all of those calls to actions that you hope they do. So to sum this up, I also just want to reiterate that this summer really was for the girls. We saved the economy between Barbie, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, and Beyonce's Renaissance Tour. It has been a hell of a ride. So again, this one's for the girls. Don't forget to listen to episode 45, which is all about girl power and what the Spice Girls can teach us about developing a brand purpose, another really important concept for every brand to have. As always, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Today's episode is brought to you by Vinyl. Vinyl reimagines how you discover new music. It's a vinyl record membership club that syncs with your Spotify, so you can get new, curated records sent straight to your door. Each month, you'll look forward to unboxing 3 new records to add to your collection. Finally, music lovers like you can learn about and remember new artists in a meaningful way. Head to vinyl.org to update your music profile and set the vibe for your first box. That's vinyl, VNYL.org. If you're a fan of this podcast, be sure to subscribe, or better yet, leave a review. For marketing wisdom with a pop culture twist sent straight to your inbox, sign up for my newsletter at briannefleming.com/newsletter, or find me on Twitter at Brianne2K. As always, thanks for listening.